Well, folks, today we're going to learn how to and where to look for early spring crappie. Now I'm talking pre-spawn. We're talking the water temperature right now, 38 to 40 degrees. It's kind of bouncing around. But where do you start, right? Let's get right into it and look at the way the sun is coming, right? Crappies and mainly all the fish are going to want to find the warmest water first in the pre-spawn stuff. So I'm always starting first on the west side of the lake. This here is a little froze up right now because it's like 14 degrees and it's really cold this morning. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around here, and another key feature too is a lot of them fish are out in that basin, say it's like 30 foot and the fish are suspended up at 20. What you want to look for next is little like plateaus, little stages, staging up to spawning areas, whether it's reeds or logs or down trees, things like that. So that's another thing to look for. And basically what you're gonna do is just, if you have side imaging, just drive past that stuff, stay off of it a little bit because you don't want to scare the fish. And you're gonna look for marks like, I have a couple screenshots I can put and circle the fish. But that's how you want to look for, schools of fish, find all the little yellow dots and then the little shadows behind the fish, mainly crappies. But there's not much to it. It's pretty simple trying to find the fish. I always try to start in like 15 feet and work your way up to the shallow, because by the time the water hits 52, 53 degrees, that's spawning temp. Them crappies are going to be in a foot or water, a foot of water or less. So it's pretty crazy what them fish will do to spawn. But so right now we're gonna start off in about 7 foot of water and see if we can find some fish, and we're just gonna be using little jig today. So let's get started. This wind is brutal out here right now. Holy cow. I'm even on the shoreline that hides the wind. Here we go, there's a fish. That's where these fish are working, is it's warm up here. Like I said, it's the first place the sun hits. There's a nice one. And really these fish are stacked in here. They're getting ready for that spawn mode. It's a little one, but there's bigger ones. Let's keep on after it. Like I said, if you don't get a bite, reel it up a couple feet, give it a pull, and you'll cover ground. You'll find these crappies. There's a bite right there. Whack. Ooh, this one's a good one. Holy cow, this one's a really good one. What do we got here, like a tenner? Yeah, there we go. There's another one. Be an eater. Let's do it again. And I did try throwing without a bobber, just kind of pulling the jig, and it was just a little fast. It's just a little fast for them. They couldn't quite get it. There's a bite. Ooh, got him. Hooked up. This one feels decent again. Yeah, they were getting better. Probably another 10 inch or so. Solid crappie. Solid fish. See you later, buddy. Oh, look at that. Just on the little hair jig. Just whip one out over there. This whole little bay right here is just pretty much filled with crappies. It's the first thing that gets light. There's a really good weed line right here. Looks like there's pretty much spawning ground everywhere for them over here. So once these fish get and that right water temp, they just shoot up to shore, lay their eggs, and boom, they're back out. And this is a really good weed line to find them again. Even after springtime, those fish will be here too. Like I said, you don't get a bite within 15 seconds, 10 seconds, give her a little jig, pull it. As soon as you pull that jig, that pulls it out of the fish's face. Fish is going to follow, then that jig's going to hang for a second, and usually boom, that jig will get smacked, just like that. So, little one, but I tell you what, there are some big boys in here, guys. Gotta catch the little ones to catch the big ones. Let's do it again. Come on now. And this is pretty fast fishing. I mean, these, if you land on these fish and you do that little reel in 2 feet, like I said, your jig stops. Usually they hit it. They don't hit it within that couple seconds like right now. I'll wait about 5-6 seconds. I'm just gonna reel up. Reel in a couple more feet. That pops that jig up. Gives it a little action. Jig finally hit right under the bobber. Nothing's happening. Reel up again. Give it a little pull. Just, that's all we're doing. Cover, cover, cover. And then the next cast is going to be here. Next cast here. Next cast here. And that is how we cover water when we're trying to find these springtime crappie. So, a little bit to the right, not quite far, but so you can kind of see how I'm slowly working over to cover these fish. Okay, that's where you want to be. That's where I'll put you. There's a fish. See? Oh, yeah. Next fish. Good one. Good. Good. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's what we're out here after. Big slabs. There we go. All right. See you later, buddy. Yikes, it's freezing cold. I'll catch a few more fish and then I think you guys get the hang of how to catch the crappies. We'll talk about a couple more things too when it comes to these fish. If they get super finicky and don't want to bite your plastics, don't want to bite hair jigs, right under this you'd put a sinker, a little small hook, and a crappie minnow. That's how you're going to catch them once they don't bite this stuff anymore. That's what I usually switch to. So you're going to run live bait. That's once the water's hitting, 45 or so, right in there. Maybe even that 50. But I tell you what, that key range for catching these fish up shallow, that might be a bite. Nope. The key range is like 52 to 55 degrees. That's where you're going to notice these fish are really shallow and you can really get on them, but you also want to be very conservative about how many fish you're keeping. If you're going out here to keep fish, we could easily catch, our limit of crappie watch is 25, but realistically, 10 is enough. 10 is enough. That's all I would be keeping. So just be always mindful, of what you're keeping. We want to keep the fisheries around. These fish are very vulnerable when they're in, their spawning stages and like this, like biting like this. Like, look at this fish. Look, that's a solid one. So, like I said, I'm just showing you guys how to do it today, so you can get out there and do it as well. Have fun while you're doing it. Save a little for the next person. And that's what it's all about. There's one. Oh, this might be the biggest one yet. Look at him. Oh, yeah. Okay, not the biggest one yet. Just heavy. Another one. Solid. Oh, that's about right here. Where there's one, there's four. Ooh, yes. Holy. Here we go. Oh, it's a largemouth. That's cool. There is season right now for largemouth for catch and release, but it's early. That's what we're doing anyway, is just catch and release. Not into the grease today, but I don't eat largemouth. Some people do. There he is, little guy. Not what we're after, but thanks for playing, buddy. Holy cow, is it a chilly one out here today. Well, I hope you guys learned something. The next thing what we're gonna be looking for when we come back for these crappies is we're gonna be looking for them right up in this shallow stuff. Today, they're still out deep, but the next step is for them fish to work up in here, start making beds. This, I bet you that stump right there, bet you that stump will have 50 crappies on it. But like I said, hope you guys learned something. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And like always, it's cold. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.